a nearly blue sky, just a few very high puffs of cloud. It will likely be a hot day, but as I was saying, it's going to be shorter, be about noon hopefully. I will be at the visitor center, and from there can arrange for a pickup with the bus. And oh, I forgot to get my money out of my bag this morning. Oh well. But they only have like 3 runs a day, and 2 p.m. would be the next one if I don't get either the 11:30 or 12. I'm not sure what it was. Seems like the 2 apps or guides we used had conflicting times. And there's like the ability to hitch, which I've never done. So if I get there 12 and I missed it by half an hour, I might try to hitch. I'm not sure how many miles it is, rather than walk it. And yeah, I'll probably have a hotel room to myself. Looking forward to getting out of these very dirty clothes, sweaty, smelly, and having a shower, getting these boots off. Although walking around with Crocs is just not any great pleasure either. Maybe when I'm in Walmart I'll look for something else, and for a camp shoe, and I just dump these into a hiker box or something. But yeah, a friend Doug had sent me an email that I got picked up while I was walking somewhere along the trail when I had data connection, asking about that murder that happened on the AT. And yeah, from what little I know, I mean, quite a while ago I heard about this, but apparently some guy had threatened some people, some say with a machete, some people say with a shovel, at a shelter. The police came and took him away, but then they somehow, one way or another, he got let go. And I don't know if it was against the same people or he just went out there again. Well, you probably know the story better than I, but from what I know, I guess he stabbed somebody, killed them. The wife was stabbed but faked being killed, and the other 2 people ran off. At some point, I guess they found the dog, and the dog is what brought them back to find him. That's how he got caught. But part of the deal, I guess, was that the people did not want to press charges against him. Maybe that was the earlier attack, because it would interfere with their hike, and things led to what they did. I guess that wasn't so great in hindsight, but you never know what's going to happen in the future like that to somebody who's got a problem. And if he didn't do that, maybe he would have robbed something, or who knows. But I think it was at least a week ahead of us where it happened. And one of the fellows from the group, I think he mentioned that he knew a woman who got stabbed. So he had left the trail, his name is Denver, trail name. He left the trail and flew to Denver, and then I guess for whatever reason decided I shouldn't give up, and he came back. So he was talking about trying to catch his friend as they were up ahead, but because of the zeros they took or whatever, he may have a tough time ever catching them. Anyway, that's the problem of people getting ahead of you or falling behind. You may bump into them again, and you may not. You can never be sure. So I don't know if I'll ever see people I saw from the beginning, and I don't know if I'll ever see people from the group or people I saw when I was going through the Smokies. So I'm just stuck with these people right now, and most of them are okay. Well, I'm not too crazy about Memorial. He's a smoker and kind of an alpha-like, but he flies off the handle, as I mentioned that one time with that other hiker about the ethics of being in a shelter, where he this morning spent half an hour or more crinkling bags at the table just outside the shelter, and he always smokes right outside the shelter, so you smell it, and it's around you all the time. So it's not one of my favorite people, but and everyone pretty much a lot younger than me in their 20s, early 30s, I think. Majestic might be late 30s, maybe even early 40s. But here comes someone right behind me now. I'm just walking back from the post office in Marion. It's like a 35-minute walk each way. There's a bus, but couldn't figure out what the schedule was to get here to there and blah blah blah. Anyway, it would have taken me perfectly there, as I found out, right beside the farmer's market, which is one of the endpoints. Oh well, 50 cents I saved. Walking in the hot, sultry heat. I washed my clothes, put on a bit of deodorant while I'm in town here. Like I said, I went to the post office and dropped off the remainder of what I have that I can logically send back. I don't have to carry anymore. It's the hot stuff. The merino wool top and bottom. The rock, it's like a hard rock, I think, brand skull hat, and both sets of gloves, along with my blue underquilt. So now it's just the top quilt, and I'll just have to stay warm with that. Anyway, it was a bit of weight. Definitely a bit of mass, and I'll have to repack or learn how to repack without all that stuff in my bag. I just had my pizza, just a little over half. Got 3 pieces left in the box. 3 big glasses of Pepsi. And now I'm going to go into Ingles, get some Gatorade Pro Leave, I think it's called, whatever, the electrolyte that I liked. And I got at Ingles before, and then I'll walk over to Walmart, get 4 days worth of food, which is what I think I need to the next town. I hope. We'll see. I thought I'd do a last minute, end of the night update on what happened during the day. After I had my pizza and brought a little bit back, I went to Ingles, got a bunch of stuff, went over to Walmart, got my permethrin and a few other things as well, food related, and came back to the hotel. And then I took my clothing to the driveway and applied that permethrin to everything, probably double dose, because I think the can was for 4 outfits and I really only had 2. I then came inside and went through the food bag trying to fit everything in. I think I just have food for 4 days, but it was filling the bag quite a bit. Then I tried packing my pack because now I have fewer things to fit in it because I've got rid of an underquilt and a bunch of other merino wool, hat and gloves. I also meant to send my down cap, but I forgot to take it out of my parka. Anyway, fitting that in, I can get both the clothing and the down at the very bottom level. And I found that once I put in the down jacket and my utility bag and the inflatable mattress, I had a much lower center of gravity. And then I added the food bag, and the pack is like no problem at all to close. As a matter of fact, it's almost like, you know, half a foot or more down from where it was above. I did try to kind of put the tent in there, and I thought, well, what happens if the tent gets wet and blah blah blah, and you know, I'm leaving the tent on the outside, at least for the moment. I don't know how this is going to affect my center of gravity with the pack, but it should probably be better because the weight, the heavy part of the food, is lower in the middle of the back rather than high in the back. And so when the pack is kind of like falling back and sitting on my bum, if it will anymore, that weight will be closer to me. I'm also expecting that the pack will feel a bit lighter, because even though it's full of food now, well, hard to imagine how much weight I really took out of it. It was just some clothing and down, but let's say it's like 2 or 3 pounds lighter. Maybe I'll notice. I'll definitely notice volume, and I'll definitely notice how low the weight is. So those are good things. I tried uploading a bunch of videos. They weren't fast, half an hour to an hour each. I've got 4 of them up today. I'm just doing the videos for yesterday and today, which is why I'm adding this part right now, so I have it. And then I'll be going to bed because it's around 10:30, 11 o'clock, after 11 o'clock. I've got my watch hopefully set for AM for, I think I set for 7. I have to be at the bus depot for 8:30, so it would give me time to formally get everything packed, walk over to something over there, and maybe buy some breakfast. I also have a Fuji apple that I can eat if nothing else is around, or my granola, and hit the trail again in the morning. So it's supposed to be good weather for a few days. I'm looking forward to having continued good weather. I don't even know where my first destination is. I have to look at Gut Hook and figure that out yet. And I expect, you know, by the time I get to the trail, it'll be at least a 15 mile day. because I wouldn't get to the trailhead until about 9 o'clock. So I've already lost a couple of hours of potential walking time, and I don't want to walk until 6 o'clock every evening. Hopefully my feet will feel better. I've got new socks as well, or the inner socks. And I don't think I bought any new clothing, but I've probably forgotten something that I bought that I thought was probably important. Anyway, I'm getting also rid of my Reflected food warmer bag because I have never used it, and it's just pointless to have it. Also, vitamin B12, which I think is maybe another thing I needed to have. Hopefully, that's everything, and see you on the trail tomorrow.